Hey guys, my name is Alex, and if you're a beginner at Cardistry, I'm gonna help you get better in 5 minutes. So first and foremost, I would like to say that all these tips are meant to be executed in the order I'm going to explain them. We're going to talk about grips, about overall handling of the cards, how you should perform all the basic moves, and then gradually we'll go to some more advanced stuff. Something that is really important, and this is learning the terminology and getting it right. Where all the flourishes start from is from dealer's grip. Your index finger covering this short edge. On the long edge, along the long edge is your thumb, and on the opposite long edge you have your middle finger, ring finger and pinky. This is called dealer's grip for a reason, because you can deal the cards, and this is where the name came from, because usually if you're right-handed you want to hold the deck in your left hand and deal the cards with your right hand like this. Straddle grip is the other grip that is really important. The same pretty much, but your pinky is now opposite of your index finger. This is normal straddle grip, this is high straddle grip. You usually do when you're performing something like Charlie Cut. The other grip, which is oftentimes used in Magic, but sometimes in Cardistry as well, is called the biddle grip. If you're right-handed like I am, the biddle grip is probably the only grip where you're holding the deck in your right hand. You're holding the deck with your thumb over here, with your middle and ring finger on this opposite short edge, and your index finger is covering the deck and holding like this. This is used, for instance, in biddle trick, when you're counting the cards like this. And of course, if you're performing different type of flourishes, rotating the packets like this. There are obviously some other weird grips. You don't really need to necessarily learn them from the beginning. And of course, if you're speaking about two hands, one of the most popular grips is Z grip, and it looks like this. You just split the deck into two and open like 3 packets forming Z letter. A lot of flourishes are starting with, for instance, 5 faces of Sibyl. Really good to perform with Z deck, so I suggest you trying that. So the other tips are on handling the deck in terms of performing dribbles or spreads. When you're performing a dribble, asking a spectator to say stop, for instance. Oftentimes the subtleties which make this kind of moves better and look better, they are overlooked. Pressing with your index finger and letting the cards fall in your other hand looks better, almost as if you're performing anaconda flourish, although it's not anaconda, but it's something that is really more appealing. And actually, speaking about a card spread, I had people complimenting me for performing only that card spread, and it is really funny because I did nothing fancy at all. I just spread the cards like this. It's really pleasing to watch, unlike with what you're doing like this. This is what a lot of people who we call degradants usually do. Really easy, you just have to press on the deck like this with your thumb, and with your thumb of your approaching hand you do pretty much the same, and you create this kind of band on the deck. Retaining this pressure, it helps you to spread the cards evenly, and you can see I can let go with my fingers, and this middle part, it still stays in here, and it's been held by the cards that I have on my left and the cards that I have pressing with my right hand. So thus you're able to perform a really nice even spread like this. And of course, other basic moves which are card shuffles, like doing a card shuffle, riffle shuffle, pharaoh shuffle. We have a separate video, tutorial video on that, and I would suggest you going there. The link will be in the description as well, and learning that first. Other flourishes include card spraying, some kind of waterfalls. All these flourishes are basic. We have different kind of tutorials on our channel, and for instance Buzzsaw, and I would suggest you learning these before trying something really advanced. For the third one, I would suggest you learning something with only one card. So obviously there are a lot of flourishes like pirouettes, card throws, and we have a lot of tutorials for this on our channel. Overall, it will be really benefiting and will complement the way you're holding and handling the deck. So the next one is one-handed cuts, and we have quite a few tutorials on these explaining all the basic one-handed cuts. We would recommend you trying these. One-handed cuts aren't really a rocket science. It seems like there's only so much you can do with a deck of playing cards in your one hand, but in fact, if you take a look, for instance, at this video from Cardistry at Oliver Sagard performing some crazy, insane variation of trigger, you can see clearly that he spent, I don't know, maybe a year or whatever on just polishing that one move alone. Then we have some tutorials, for instance, for Pluto, or some variations on different one-handed cuts on our channel as well. So the final one, and this is two-handed cuts, and this is basically the pinnacle of cardistry, and I made a mistake myself. I started cardistry from learning some flourishes, which I was really impressed by from the trilogy, and by the time, you can see a clip over here, I was, I don't know, 17, 16 years old, and I tried to learn Pandora, I tried to learn Jackson 5. With time, I was practicing more. Then when I got back to that videos that I filmed, I saw that clearly that I sucked so bad. And like I see, oftentimes a lot of kids are like trying to master all these knuckle busting moves, packet cutting, whatever. It seems like, okay, so yeah, they actually kind of accomplished the flourish, but it's not the point of cardistry. I would suggest you actually mastering all the shuffles, all the waterfalls, spreads, different kind of moves with one cards, and all of that combined will help you get to this kind of level of dexterity that will allow you to first and foremost learn on this advanced two-handed cuts easier and faster, and secondly, they will look much better. So I hope this video was any of help for you guys, and if you enjoyed this, smash like, drop a comment down below and subscribe, and watch another video over here.